Kujo took his turn at the minister's press briefing series to give accounts on the performance of state-owned enterprises under his watch. The companies include the Aboso Glass Factory, Bolgatanga Meat Processing Factory, State Construction Company, Bonsata Factory, and the Ghana Food Production Corporation.
17 defunct as we count on our records now. At the policy level, decisions have been made on entities that we intend to liquidate. Liquidate means just collapse them. Well, this comes through our study of their current situation and then making the projection and realizing that they are just siphoning money from government purse and have become liabilities rather than assets. There are some, upon the review, we intend listing them on the stock market because it is possible to get the investing public, Ghanaians, having equity stakes in them.
Of the remaining 175 state-owned enterprises, some also post losses in their operations, compelling the sector ministry to digitalize their operations to mitigate revenue leakages.
There's a telecommunication center that's the mobile telephony center. When it was emerging, the state had participation in it, and the private sector enterprise had participation in that sector. Today, where is the state enterprise? It is up to us to come to realistic terms that when Ghanaians are given a mandate to manage a state asset, the mindset is different from when they are managing their own assets. Every sector of the economy, the state was having an enterprise, which today has been successfully collapsed.
Government equity in public enterprises as of December 2016 was 35.7 billion cedis. A public enterprise league has been designed to engender competition among some 50 public enterprises. In public enterprises as of December 2016 was 35.7 billion cedis. A public enterprise league has been designed to engender competition among some 50 public enterprises.
And that was a report by Stanley Blow, read by Grace Hamo Ajiman. We will get there one day. But the news is that 17 of our state-owned enterprises, 17, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 of our state-owned enterprises, just like Georg or Valco or Tema Refinery or any other state-owned enterprises, are going to be liquidated. There are plans already far advanced to get them off. What it means is that we're going to either diversify them, we're going to give them off to private people, or collapse them altogether. Now, the argument that was put forward by the Minister for Public Sector, is that, well, the state-owned enterprises, the Minister for State-owned Enterprises, is that some of them are just declaring losses. Some are also not vibrant, and they're just, literally siphoning money or wasting money by government. The question I ask myself is, if we collapse the companies and people lose their jobs and their livelihoods and those that depend on them, what happens to the CEOs of those companies? Do we just pay them off? Do we punish them? Do we hold them accountable? 2, who do we elect to go and become the bosses of these state-owned enterprises? Do they take that same attitude from the private sector to the public sector when they get there, because it's the public sector and it is not their private business and their private money, they behave anyhow? Number 3, the question is, the president has taxed the chief executives of these state-owned enterprises. He did that on February 2023, February 11, 2023, where he asked the state-owned enterprises to either sit up or be kicked out. That was what he said. They should sit up or they'll be kicked out. Since then, Have state-owned enterprises sat up? And if they have not sat up, who has been kicked out? It's a critical question that we must all ask. If they haven't sat up, who has been kicked out, to send a strong indication to the state-owned enterprises that, look, it cannot be business as usual? Or has anybody been held accountable? Has anybody been punished? They continue to receive all their perks, including those state-owned enterprises who are not able to declare profit. All of them. Now, I tell you something. There was a league table for 2020 Public Enterprises League Table. First 50 of our companies, I share with you. Tema Development Company Limited. Electricity Company Limited is number 2. DVL is number 3. Gaming Commission is number 4. Gradeco is number 5. Bui Power Authority is number 6. National Theatre is number 7. BOST is number 8. Ghana Civil Aviation Authority is number 9. Number 10 is EPA. 11 VRA. Then there is Ghana Irrigation Development Authority, Ghana Standards Authority, Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, Ghana Airports Company Limited, Architectural and Engineering Services Limited, AESL, Community Water and Sanitation Agency, number 17, Ghana Post Company, number 18, GBC, number 19, Volta Lake Transport Limited, number 20, Ghana National Gas Company, number 21, Ghana Water Company, number 22, Ghana Meteorological Agency, number 23, Ghana Maritime Authority, 24, FDA, 25, Water Resources Commission, there's Ghana Highway Authority, Forestry Commission, Graphic Communications Group Limited, Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, National Vocational Training Institute, Ghana AIDS Commission, National Food Buffer Stock Company Limited, State Housing Company. And guess what? The State Housing Company, State Construction Company is on the way to be liquidated. Tema Oil Refinery, Ghana Publishing Company Limited, Ghana Cocoa Board, Ghana Supply Company Limited, PSC Tama Shipyard, Data Protection Commission, Metro Mass Transit Limited, Georg Distilleries number 42, Grains and Legumes Development Board, Ghana News Agency, Ghana Railway Company Limited, Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company Limited, 46. 47 is PMMC, Precious Minerals Marketing Company. 48 is Irrigation Company of Upper Regions. 49 is New Times Corporation. And number 50 is Accra Digital Center. So this is how they stood. That's the league table, their rankings. The last is the Accra Digital Center, followed by the New Times Corporation, the producers of Ghanaian Times. The question on my mind this morning is if we have actually monitored the state-owned enterprises. And in 2020, when this league table was released, the state-owned enterprises declared a total loss of 5.3 billion. 5.3 billion Ghana cedis. How much were we looking for from e-levy? Was it 7 billion? They lost 5.3 billion. I tell you what, they still continue to keep their garden boys, their house boys, their cooks, their drivers. They still continue to receive their fuel allowances. Today is Friday. Some of them will go for funerals. They'll take big funeral allowances. They will take all the per diems. They continue to receive their salaries. They receive their allowances and everything else. Now the question is, if they were working in the private sector and they were not declaring profit and they were not making profit and they were not demonstrating a way that they were going to make profit, would they still be receiving all the largesse that comes with it? It's a question that we must ask. How have we managed our state-owned enterprises to the point that you go around the state-owned enterprises and check those state-owned enterprises and the persons who have been put there, one, either CEOs or managing directors, and then two, the people who are at the board. Check their ages and check their expertise in the areas within which they have been positioned. And then you come back and you tell me as to whether they are qualified or not. It's a serious matter. It feels okay for us to be told that 17 of our state-owned enterprises, and indeed, if the analysis is done properly, I've been talking about GEOC for some time now, talking about how production has not happened for more than a week, talking about even when production was happening, the quantity of production had dropped. And yesterday, one of the guys was telling me that the production has stalled, and that even when they go out as salespeople, they or sometimes somebody knows that you work at GEOC and they start asking you, they keep asking the questions. Is it enough to just throw our hands up in despair and say, well, 17 of our state-owned enterprises must be collapsed? They must be liquidated. Remember, this government and the elements of this government were against the Divestiture Implementation Committee. You remember? People were taken to court. If the government had real intentions of sustaining these factories and these industries, we actually would have, when we started this whole one district, one factory thing, we have put monies there. How is it that we failed? 17 companies. So how did Dr. Kwame Nkrumah do it? To the point where now the persons who are put in charge of these institutions, some of them have lined up behind persons who want to wave the flag on behalf of the MPP to lead, to become hopefully the next flag bearer and the next leader of the country if the electorate so decide. They must come to the table with their scorecard. They must come to the table with their scorecard. Because it's painful. I'm thinking about the possible job losses. I'm not thinking about all the big people. I'm thinking about the mob rowers, the downtrodden. Those are the bottom. The watchmen, the cleaners, the janitors. You have a day watchman, you have a night watchman. They have families. What will happen to them? And you see, this decision has just been announced now in 2023. But go back to 2022. The Minister for State-Owned Enterprises, he said the same things. The Minister for State-Owned Enterprises, he said the same thing. He had said it already. He had already told us that these companies, right, they are in the works and we'll have to let them go. So what exactly are we doing? What exactly, I want to understand. Because we were promised that we will move from taxation to production. Are we producing? And if we are producing, how is that reducing our import? And how is that improving on our currency? How is that raking in revenue and forex for us? How is that creating employment? We know the employment figures. Over 14% of your young people are unemployed. So it's a worry. Is this the right time to collapse businesses? How did Nkrumah do it? Mr. Abraham Kumsing is the General Secretary of the Ghana Federation of Labour. He joins me on the phone line now. Good morning, sir. Thank you very much for your time.
Good morning, my brother.
17 of our state-owned enterprises are on their way to be liquidated. The minister says they are in the process. What do you say?
But are you surprised? They don't have any. Ideologically, I don't know where they are looking at. They claim they are capitalists and rightists. It's very difficult to tell what they are up to. But it's very sad. But we only have to pray and hope that things change.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Your line is breaking. Hello. You may have to.
Hello.
Yes, sir. I can hear you now. Hello. We have to fetch Mr. Kumsing back, please. Please fetch Mr. Kumsing back, and Janet, fetch Mr. Kumsing back. It's painful. It is painful indeed.
17 defunct as we count on records now. At the policy level, decisions have been made on entities that we intend to liquidate. Liquidate means just collapse them. Well, this comes through our study of their current situation and then making the projection and realizing that they are just siphoning money from government purse and have become liabilities rather than assets. There are some, upon the review, we intend listing them on the stock market because it is possible to get the investing public, Ghanaians, having equity stakes in them. Next corporate action we have planned to undertake as invitation of strategic investors into some of the entities, so that we'll have government sharing ownership with Ghanaian investors who may be interested. There's a telecommunication center that's the mobile telephony center. When it was emerging, the state had participation in it, and the private sector enterprise had participation in that sector. Today, where is the state enterprise? It is up to us to come to realistic terms that when Ghanaians are given a mandate to manage the state asset, the mindset is different from when they are managing their own assets. Every sector of the economy, the state was having an enterprise, which today has been successfully collapsed. We should be able to rent from when they are managing their own assets. Every realistic terms that when Ghanaians are given a mandate to manage the state asset, the mindset is different from when they are managing their own assets. Every sector of the economy, the state was having an enterprise, which today has been successfully collapsed. We should be able to take a cue and minimize the sensitivities and sentimental feelings that is attached to state assets, that they can, in private hands, they can be better managed.
It's a pity. It is a great pity. Mr. Abraham Kumse, welcome back. Thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thank you.
So these 17 industries that will be collapsed, because the minister doesn't look like he's now looking for a conversation. He sounds very definite that it's already in the works. What do we do?
Well, what can we do now? There's nothing we can do. They are in power and they are doing whatever they want to do. So who can stop them? Because the slogans, the lies, 1D, 1F, this and that, and we are not seeing anything. Nothing is happening. And they continue to sell, state assets. It's unfortunate. Fortunately, we have some of the, infrastructure left,
right,
in the bushes. And we expected that if they really mean what they've been saying, 1D, 1F, they should even take steps to make sure these abandoned projects are rehabilitated. I mean, to create jobs for the people. We have this Bogatanga meat factory.
The meat factory, right? Abosu glass factory.
We have Abosu glass factory.
The tire factory.
All of them, and they don't care, and they believe in just criticizing. I mean, pushing blame, telling. Meanwhile, look at what they are doing. But I know that the end will come very soon, because what they are doing, just the lies are too much. And look at Commander Sugar Factory. What haven't they said about it? Look, any moment from now, you will hear that they have sold Commander Sugar Factory, and I'll be surprised. So why are you surprised? You shouldn't be surprised about what they are doing. They are in charge. They are in power. So they decide to do whatever pleases them without considering the interests of the youth Some of us, we have paid our dues, and what we are doing just to give some directions and advice. But these people, they won't listen to anybody.
So the dependents, those who depend on these factories, what do they do?
That's what I'm saying. These people, they don't care. They don't care. I mean, what is it? They don't care. Once they are in charge, they are in charge. That's why they are doing everything possible to break their so-called aid. They will do everything, whether they will kill or whatever, they will do it and then make sure that they remain in power. But God will not allow this thing to happen. They're very wicked. They don't care. They don't care about what people are going to. Look at what happened at Kumawu. And even
Asenov, right?
They don't care. They will share the money, and I sit back and say, are they really mentally okay? They're very serious. I don't know how they are behaving this way. You see, so it is for Ghanaians to know what to do next time around. But for now, what can you do? What can you do now? They're in charge.
How does it do it? So do we leave it as we are in charge, or they are in charge, and that's it? Is that what it is, the situation has become?
But the youth of this country too, they also have serious challenges. You know, it is not for somebody to prompt them to act. That's why they have resorted to these drugs and do so many things, robbery, and they are frustrated. And for them to survive, they think that going that direction of doing certain criminal things is what will sustain them. But that's not right. That's not right. But what can we do?
You have lived through the period pre-colonial, the colonial era. Sorry, pre-independence, independence, up until this time. Now, as of the time when Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown, we had a factory that answered all the needs of the major things that we are importing now into this country.
Yes.
Today, 60 years and beyond, 66 years, we still are importing, and it doesn't look as if we're trying to recalibrate to even go back to the status quo ante. What do you say?
That is the problem we have. You see, they only talk, and they have very sweet mouth. Look at how they even destroyed Nkrumah, Kankanyami, and all this, all bunch of lies. They will destroy. They will destroy just to win power. But they have nothing to offer. They claim to be capitalist inclined and that sort of thing. But are they practicing capitalism? Because capitalism, you don't, impose taxes to destroy capital. You don't do that. You claim to be doing you are capitalist. What capitalism? This is the anarchist way of doing things. They don't have any focus. They don't have any ideology. What they are doing is just for them. Look at how they are destroying the water bodies. They are destroying our lands. Cocoa, they don't even care. Cutting them down. And people are happy. They are happy over there. They're happy. Cocoa, gold. What is this? Matter, it's something, something, but the end will come.
So now, in terms of management of these state-owned enterprises, have you been happy with the individuals who have been put there, including the boards as well, that are supposed to provide some supervision?
No, it depends. You see, the selection of those, entrusted with the management of these enterprises also matter. You don't just send anybody there because the person is a sympathizer of your party or is a party man. Then you send the person there, and then you feel that you have satisfied that person. What he did for you to come to power, so you also take it and own it. And that is it. It is the quality of personnel that are put there to man this. But if they are really serious, to revive the economy, they will make sure that they put right people there to manage these enterprises. We have the men around. We have them around that they can be used to run these places. But as it is now, look at even this harbor, this water region, that port there. They employed a managing director,
right,
without any office without any port facility, and they will just pay it. See, they have come just to stop left, right, front. So they just to destroy the country. Go away. That's how come they came with this Japan, whatever. Their focus is to make money, is to wreck this country, is to exploit whatever, and impoverish everybody in this country so that they can continue to reign. But we pray. God is there. Even though sometimes people, oh, God is there, it will take time. It won't take time. God knows when to intervene.
I hear you, Mr. Abraham Komse. You are the Secretary General of the Ghana Federation of Labour. We're grateful. Thank you very much indeed for your time.
The country, which I don't think any president has been able to do same or even been able to restore the abandoned factories which have been left in bushes. Kwame Nkrumah built a lot of factories that are conversation. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the first Prime Minister and President of Ghana, having led the Gold Coast to independence from Britain in 1957. An influential advocate of Pan-Africanism, Nkrumah was a founding member of the Organization of African Unity and winner of the Lenin Peace Prize in 1962. Born to Kofi Ngonloma of the Asona clan and Elizabeth Nyaniba of the Anona clan at Nkroful in the western region of what was then known as the Gold Coast, Nkrumah led the West African nation to gain its independence from Britain in 1957. This feat made it the first country on the continent to gain its independence. Kwame Nkrumah's administration was both nationalist and socialist. Thus, it funded national industrial and energy projects, developed a strong national education system and promoted a national and Pan-African culture. He really worked hard in his term of office and built many factories in Ghana. Nkrumah is fondly remembered for the improved roads, schools, hospitals, Limited. Akosombo Textiles Limited, now called Akosombo Industrial Company Limited, was established in 1967 by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. This tomato processing factory is located at Wenkai in the Brong-Ahafo region. Wenkai Tomato Factory was constructed by a Yugoslavian company and was completed in 1961. Bolgatanga Rice Mills. The factory had been closed down in the 1990s and was handed over to a private operator who used it as a storage space. Bolgatanga Rice Mills, which was one time the Rice City, now cannot boast of a single supermarket where one can confidently go. Zwarungu Meat Processing Factory. The Jihok Zwarungu Meat Product Company Limited in Dulugu, with its raw materials coming from neighboring Burkina Faso, Mali and other countries, started large production in 1965 with over 1,000 can beef produced each day, but was closed down in 1995 due to mismanagement. Pwalugu Tomato Canning Factory. Built by Nkrumah decades ago, the Pwalugu Tomato Factory provided a ready market for tomato farmers and also many indirect jobs for the people of the Upper East region. The factory could not survive due to bad management and lack of raw materials, in this case, fresh tomatoes from farmers in the northern part of the country. To Glass Factory at Aboso. In 1996, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah commissioned the Aboso Glass Factory, which cost 9 million cedis. The factory was once a vibrant company that manufactured and supplied glasses and bottles for the beverage industry in Ghana, but currently not in operation. Mazi Shoe Factory. The factory, established in 1960 by Ghana's first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, collapsed in the 1970s only to be revived in 2009 and is about to fold up again 10 years after it was revived. Tarkwa Bonsa Factory was established by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and is located at Bonsa in Tarkwa. That factory is close to the massive rubber plantations wherein the needful raw materials can be available without problems of delay in the manufacturing of tires. Bonsa Tire Factory suffered a similar fate as that of the Aboso Glass Factory inside the western region. The factory used to manufacture the famous Firestone wheel tires has additionally collapsed, with the government reputedly showing no subject. Number 9. Cade Match Factory. Number 10. Salt Pond Ceramics. Number 11. Takoradi Flour Mill. Number 12. Bamboo Factory. Number 13. Tima Food Complex. Number 14. Nsawam Cannery. Number 15. Takoradi Paper Mill. And there are a lot I couldn't mention, but have you ever asked when are they going to be restored?
Well, they will not be restored. Thanks to All History Channel, they reminded us of this particular one. It's sad, eh? We are rich, we're not poor. Sometimes I think that we don't think right, that's all. Bad management, that's what has brought us here. Because every leader must either have work experience that will mature into managerial experience, that will grow into directorial experience. You look at how how is it that we have the Aboso glass factory? We have collapsed it. And then we go to China to go and import bottles to come and produce for Gihawk and other companies. And we pay millions of cedis to produce that every now and then. When we have the factory seated here, the factory here before 1960, the factory here before Nkrumah was overthrown. He had about 6 years or 7 years in government. Look at what he did. Today people get 8 years. 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. 055-924-2717 055-691-1014. Good morning.
Good morning, Johnny.
Yes, sir. Osofo, how are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Well, we're there inside. I'm not too happy. You can tell. 70 of our factories are
you will
going
never
away.
be happy. As well, me, I was never happy. I'm not happy as I'm talking to you right now. Johnny, I wanted to ask, where do we go wrong? Or who listens to us? That is my worry now. Where do we go wrong? This country, we have a whole lot of precious minerals that can survive this country to a highest level. But look at what is happening to us. It's time God should revenge and then eliminate all these wicked leaders so that we have our peace. The next generation to have their peace. We beg, because what do you go wrong? Look, Singapore, Dubai, they don't have anything, but they develop. It's just mental development. They have the leader. They don't have the one that will come and solve them and die, kill them, kill their future and their future generation.
Okay.
Look, per my check, last check, common maize can give us 300 billion annually. And now they are talking about cannabis, who can give us 3 billion or 30 billion annually. Where do we go wrong? They want us to now destroy the future of the youth, and then they will come back and preach hope to them. Tony, it's time God should eliminate these wicked leaders. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. Uriah, good morning. How are you doing?
By grace, I'm fine.
Talk to me.
Johnny, I'd like to read something that I opened my Bible straight this morning and find out in the book of Micah 2, verse 2.
Right. Read to me.
It says, woe to those who plant iniquity, to those who plot evil in their beds. At morning's light, they carry them out because it is in their power to do it. They covet fields and seize them, houses and take them. They defraud people of their homes. They rob them of their inheritance. But the 3 says that, therefore the Lord says, I'm planning disaster against these people. I don't want to continue, but Johnny.
Yes, sir.
It is not that we can't do it. You made a statement. You said when they got there.
Yeah.
It is not a position that they applied for. And the relationship they had with the person who put them there is that which is guiding them. So it looks like after voting or after saying a group of people have given the mandate to one person to rule over them, then it looks as if the power ultimately has been given to the person to do what he or she wants. And then they read the part of the law that safeguards whatever evil they plot. Look at these companies you mentioned that is ready to be auctioned or to be sold
17.
out.
17. Yes.
Just as they did for the banks. It is 360 something, 65. The banks that and the savings alone that was collapsed. Just the names 355 without their branches. Multiplied by the number of people who were working in them. And brother was part. I would say by the grace of God, he survived it. But you can't be plotting evil.
Right.
There are so many invisible evil hands in government, and it is not taking us anywhere.
Okay. Thank you. Grateful that you could call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Sorry for holding you on hope. Talk to
No
me.
problem.
You have to work on the radio for me. It's giving us some
Okay.
feedback.
Can you
Yeah.
hear me now?
055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. Hello, good morning. Hope.
Yeah, me.
Yes, sir. Talk to me.
Me Agbo.
Yes, sir, boss.
Yeah, how are you?
Mbeshi. We're holding on.
Yeah. You see, Ghana, we are not serious.
Oh, why?
Oh, serious. I'm telling you the gospel fact. If you are 17 company, you understand me? But when they go and see one MP house, they have VA like 10, 20 there. Do you understand me? They have, go and see that they have VA even there in the house. They don't care about we. Do you understand me? America, how many people, they are plenty more than us.
Yeah.
But see their MPs. Do you understand me? When you're there, then I don't know. I don't even know what I'll say. Ghana, we are not serious. They don't care about me. They don't care about we youth. Do you understand me?
Okay.
They are just there. I don't even know. When I wanted to say something, then I'll free to cry because I don't even know. That's where
Don't cry. Don't cry.
they rob. Because they don't know what we are going to do.
Don't
Yeah,
cry.
see what happened in that Ablekuma, tell the kid, that young guy. Like, we are serious. A policeman is going to duty. You have to see, they have everything. Yeah, see the young guy. Now they finish. They stopped talking about it. We didn't hear anything about that. The next day, they happen before. Hey, Ghana. That's all we are. We are not serious. We are not serious.
Okay.
The leaders, they are killing us.
Hope. Thank you.
But God is control.
Amen. Thank you.
God is control.
Thank you, Hope. Grateful.
Thank you, Johnny.
Great. Good morning. Yeah, Papa.
Uncle.
What's the name? Ishim. What's the 17 companies?
You know, the MPP government should just leave those companies alone. You know what I'm saying?
It's too late.
You mentioned they have to. We have to demonstrate. You know what I'm saying? This. You mentioned Accra Digital Center. Is that not it?
That's right. It was number 50.
Accra Digital Center that John Mahama just established. He says, John Mahama just established. Hey, it means that they don't know what they're about. So I'm saying that based on the fact that His Excellency John Mahama just established Accra Digital Center.
Right.
And these people have included that particular.
It has not been included in those to be liquidated. Accra Digital Center, I mentioned that in respect of the 50 rankings. In fact, Accra Digital Center was number 50 in 2020 on the State-Owned Enterprises League table.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So, in a nutshell, what I'm just trying to put across is this particular government, the MPP in power, they don't deserve to be given another term come 2024 general election.
Okay.
See what they call it, the so-called dam that they said they were doing. Go to the north there. The so-called dams that they said they've established or put up, they are not working.
The Palugu multipurpose dam.
It's down. It's down.
Okay.
Apart from that, the other ones, the one village, one dam. No.
Okay.
The one village, one dam too.
I hear you, Papa. Let somebody else come, Papa. Thank you. Grateful. Ken, we lost Ken on the line. We have to go at this point because it's worrying. It's worrying. Very, very worrying. It's worrying. Last caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Kusami. Wa alaikum salam wa barakatuh, Kusami. How are you doing?
Very much. Oh, my goodness.
17 of your state-owned enterprises are going.
We thank God for another Friday.
Amen.
We don't know how to, revamp all these companies. But we can throw away monies. That we are giving what do they call tax exemptions to factories that are not working. They are not producing anything. The money we have wasted on tax exemption alone can revamp these companies and bring them back. But look at what they are doing. Look at what they are doing. We are liquidating 17 state-owned companies. I mean, those that was the state construction company, and some few of them, I think, those companies is unfortunate that we are trying to do this to them. And as you said, we are spending how much? 6 million. Is it dollars or cedis?
6 million cedis. We want to spend that on what do you call it? The rehabilitation of.
And school children are suffering.
Serious.
School children are crying.
Serious.
Those who are providing them with the food are also crying.
Serious.
We don't care of them. All what we care is how to make sure we are able to corner these people, these state people, for them to support us. That's what they are doing.
Okay.
Let me end up on the guy who was crying that the people don't care of them.
Right.
Then it's the system. It's the system. No, if the system is working, they would care about it. And I can't. I mean, CRI. I mean, for taking this children's case to court.
Okay.
And I'm praying that they win the case. For us to take care of our children in this country. These children also need attention.
Thank you very much indeed. Holali Lawrence Ewuku, we call him Pastor Lawrence. He's a sales manager here at Media General. One of our great guys. Happy birthday to you, Hola. Black Rasta is up next. Before that, Mr. Yali will bring you the news update. He's never attended any of our social events before. None. Doesn't know how to party. Come to Kuchoko, he won't come. Come to corporate hangout, he won't come. I don't know what to do, but you always find him at the gobe joint. This guy. Kenneth Kwesi, Mamia, Gertrude, DJ Abia, the free 6'2", all of you, thank you very much indeed. My name is Johnny Hill. Have a good morning.
3FM 92.7.